I get these like fucking mom flashbacks with Hunter messing with my fucking mic.
Hell yeah.
Like, here, let me hold your shirt.
Zip up your zipper.
Let me adjust your eyebrows.
Don't hold your dick like that. Hold it like this.
If I had a comb
Get
with
your
me
hand
right
out of your
now,
pants.
I'd comb your eyebrows.
Son of a bitch.
Okay, start recording.
Been recording.
See?
We're gonna get
It's
copyrighted.
like atmosphere. Look at this is like...
If you can see Eric's dance. Holy fuck.
You know what the best surprise I've ever had for a fucking movie ever in my life?
Nope.
No.
So my buddies and I, back in the day, we were very like pretentious douchebags.
No way.
And there was this theater in our hometown that only showed like independent artsy films. So every weekend we would go watch some fucking artsy film there. And this weekend we had no idea what to watch. We go in there, all we see is this poster of this fucking weirdo and it says Napoleon Dynamite on it. That's all it fucking says. It's the only movie playing at the time that we showed up. Fuck it, let's watch that movie. Now, I have to tell you, we had just been recently watching French films and all kinds of really artsy stuff at this place. So we're thinking we're in for, a fucking cerebral douchebag movie. So we go in there and,
you
it
just
starts
lose
off
your shit?
with him on the bus and he just throws a little fucking toy out the window. Oh my god, best surprise I've ever had. Other than my wife, I love you, babe.
You always surprise me. Still.
You always surprise me. Love.
Lame.
I'm surprised with how much I love you so much. God.
Baby, I'm a bird.
She's my number one fan. I have to give her a shout out because she's the only person I know that is actually listening to this.
I see. So it all makes sense.
That does make sense.
You put the headphones on, you're like, baby, I love you. I just want to say I'm going to come home and I'm just going to hold you.
Hello, everybody, and welcome once again to Cult of Horror. You may know me from my work here on Cult of Horror as Hunter. This is Eric.
Hello.
And this third guy, this one over here, is Elliot.
On the runt. I'm the third one. And I'm
Elliot
smaller.
the runt.
His dick is small. Body is the same size as a fucking puppy.
How can we not make it 2 minutes into the fucking show without dick talk?
It's not me. It's Elliot. It's fucking instinctive.
I do not approve of this dick talk.
I'm
going on record.
I don't like it.
Hunter gave me $5 before the show to make a dick comment. I didn't want to do it. My mom, she listens to the show. No, she doesn't know what a podcast is.
There's a lot of people like that at work. I'm like, hey, have you listened to my podcast? I don't even know how to listen to podcasts. What station is that?
You tell your family, it's like, oh, it's on the radio. Was that like K-Love? You on K-Love?
So what's been going on with y'all?
I've been working a lot. I went on vacation.
You did? Oh yeah, how was that?
That was beautiful. That was the best vacation I ever had in my fucking life.
Really? Where'd you go?
Waco, Texas.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. We rented like this Airbnb off of the river.
Was like kind of like a religious compound, and then was it surrounded by FBI?
That would be a vacation.
It wasn't, but it had that feeling that it could be. But
well,
it was
cool.
fantastic. I mean, getting up in the morning and not having to do a fucking thing was fabulous.
Elliot, you got anything you want to talk about? Like just right off the bat? Like what you do anything fun, anything spooky, scary going on with you?
Nope.
Okay, cool.
I'm about to go on vacation.
Where are you going?
South Padre.
What is that?
It's an island in the Gulf of Mexico.
It's a fucking island.
South Texas. Taking the lady friend and the kid.
I want to see you in some little shorts out there. It's like chubbies.
Yeah, I want to see you in shorts and jacket.
I want to see you come back with a tan.
I will be probably
I just want to see you come back.
viciously sunburnt. And yeah, I'll be wearing... I think I have to go buy shorts.
You got pants you can cut off?
I got one pair of pants that last me the rest of my life.
Well,
According to my budget.
Yeah,
that's going really well so far.
yeah, these are like 4 years old. Never been washed.
That's me. That's me as well. I don't wash shit.
If you wash your jeans and you're not about jeans,
I watched the Avengers movie.
Dude, that's scary. Tell me the ending.
I don't even remember. I fell asleep. There was this like scene where one of the guys kills this like Yakuza boss and like slices his throat, and I'm just sitting there waiting for blood, and there was no blood.
oh yeah, they don't do that.
I don't care anymore. Hope they all die.
In Black Panther, someone got their throat slit and just nothing happened. They just fell over.
I've been on this kick where I'm trying to watch other types of movies to see if like I can find interest in them, and I
can't. You did this to me. I tried to watch horror movies all the time, and now it's all I can fucking watch. I have to watch something with some element of disturbing content.
Yeah.
I cannot watch anything normal. Like, I enjoy it anymore. Which really sucks. So fuck you.
I apologize. I can still watch some like 80s action movies, but even then only because they're really bloody.
Speaking of 80s horror movies.
Did I say horror movies? I thought I said action
You
movies.
said action movies.
Oh, I'm sorry. My brain does that now. Fucking
so-
replaces every word with horror. Horror, spooky, scary, thriller, disturbing.
Anyways, what the fuck were you going to say?
Something stupid. So we want to talk a little bit about Texas Frightmare Weekend. Oh, we went there.
That
we
feels
went
like
there.
that was so fucking long ago.
I know. I'm pissed. We haven't had enough time to record since then.
That's
but
your fault. I gotta celebrate Mother's Day, man.
Sorry.
My mother's dead, so I was free.
No, she's not.
I was free.
We all went to Texas Frightmare Weekend, and we had a blast. It was fun.
I like spent all my money in like the first 15 minutes I was there. I was like, what the fuck am I supposed to do now? Buy
Elliot did the
everything I
same thing
wanted.
too. He blew his load too early on a fucking squid.
No, I went Saturday. I found this big, massive squid at the Curiositeer. Shout out to them because they're like the best booth. They are. I went back Sunday with the girlfriend and then spent like triple.
So I was fucking sick and I couldn't go the first 2 days. And
Yeah, you were. I didn't
Sunday.
want you there. I didn't fucking want to get sick.
It was not contagious.
Oh, the hell it wasn't. I did get sick immediately after.
Did you?
I did.
No, I was legit dying from allergies. I've never had an allergy attack that bad.
Really?
Yeah, like I had to go to the fucking emergency room because I couldn't breathe.
Oh, because you were, and this is while you were on vacation.
This is while I was on
Best vacation ever.
Yeah,
What did you get going
I
to
forgot
wake
about
up?
that
Dude,
part. But
you
yeah,
need to go on more vacations. Because like that does not sound good at all.
so I went Sunday going, oh, it's Sunday. Nobody's going to be there. It's going to be chill as fuck. Fuck, it was full. Why were there so many people there on Sunday?
Dude, Sunday was by far the best day.
Saturday
as far as
was
scheduling.
it was super fucking nuts.
Saturday was fucking nuts.
I was like really happy for Lloyd that like it was really
That's poppin'.
popular this year and
It was
like it was
poppin', dude.
full.
Yeah.
But like, can you guys stop going? Because I don't like being around so many people.
I think they're
Which is funny because like everybody there is like that too. I really wish they would do it in a different hotel, but I understand that there's constraints with that.
I'm surprised I did not have a panic attack.
I'm surprised you didn't either. You took it really well, but it's because you knew people. You knew a bunch of people, and you were just like talking. You're just like, hey, shoot the shit. Talk for 3 hours.
Elliot had to be like on. So
He's on.
yeah, I had to like perform.
He brought
Well,
up on
I had to hold on to that box with the squid in it.
Yes,
For like,
I know.
For like 4 hours. It was like a big box. It was like
He's just holding a fucking box with a squid, and he's holding it like, but he's also like cuddling it like it's a child.
I was like,
he's like cradling it.
It was like a foot long box.
Yes.
With like a squid in a jar in it, and I couldn't tilt it, and I couldn't like put it down, and it wasn't taped closed, so I had to like press it against myself, and I had like cuts on my forearms from holding it all day long. It was.
Did you really?
Yeah, it was awesome.
I've
been looking for a squid in a jar
is my
for like
child
so
now.
Dude,
long.
I found that one fucking cool T-shirt place booth that had the shirts for $10. It was over after that. 'Cause it was like all obscure horror movies. Like it wasn't like the popular shit. So I just bought everything. And they had no bags. They had no fucking bags. So I bought like 12 shirts.
Well, they
They
probably
didn't
ran
have
out
any
Saturday.
fucking bags.
Oh,
And
they
I'm just
ran
like
out.
walking around with a fucking stack of 10 shirts. That was like 15 minutes after I got there, by the way.
Man. Yeah, I went all the days. The panels, like I guess y'all weren't there for Halloween. Dude, Halloween panel was fucking dope.
Really?
Halloween was dope. The Evil Dead panel, I stayed till fucking 5:30 for that one. They let out at 7. Dude, that was like one of the best panels I've been to like ever.
Really?
Like it was so fucking good. It was Sam Raimi, Ted Raimi,
The Raimis.
Bruce Campbell. Man, dude, it was really good. Slam packed.
I made news with Bruce Campbell like teasing like that big announcement.
Yeah, they talked about it.
I thought there was like an animated or video game coming out.
Yeah, there's
a
video
video
game,
game.
but he was just like, oh no, it's not about that.
It's a fully immersive like Evil Dead video game coming out.
He said he doesn't think that's.
Well, someone asked him if it was Mortal Kombat. If
Mortal
Ash was gonna be
Kombat,
Mortal Kombat, he's like, no, it's not gonna be that. But it turns out it's gonna be like
Evil Dead game.
Evil Dead game.
Hell yeah.
Mortal Kombat, James Wan coming out.
Oh, speaking of that, they had the fucking. They had the.
I'm excited. Fuck you.
What?
The Mortal Kombat remake with James Wan.
So anyway, speaking of that, James Wan is also producing Salem's Lot remake. Don't know how that's gonna go, but
Again,
That was Stephen King's best, most boring movie.
yeah,
Like, that's the only way I can describe that movie. Like, it was really good and really fucking boring.
I agree. Like, I wish I would have seen like the hour-and-a-half cut that they made. Like, they made like a condensed version.
Really? Not
Yeah.
7 hours or however
There's like
fucking
the
long it is?
3-hour like
3 hours.
mini series, and then they released it as a just standalone film that was like an hour and a half.
Yeah,
I'll have to watch that.
yeah. Like, I don't know where to find it, but
You can find like
by the way,
a VHS copy probably.
I watched
I'll have
this.
to go through my VHSs.
I watched this this interview with Bruce Campbell as well, like because I wanted to know a little bit more about the continuity of Evil Dead, because you know how none of the Evil Deads like make sense, like none of it makes sense. He says if you watch Evil Dead 1 up to a certain point, and then imagine it picks up on Evil Dead 2 on another certain point, and then if you stop Evil Dead 2 at another point and begin Prince of Darkness, then everything makes perfect sense.
Prince of
And
Darkness.
they said that there's
Army
they
of
said-
Darkness?
Army of Darkness or Prince of Darkness?
Prince of fucking Army of Darkness.
Pet Seminary. Here we go.
I was thinking the same thing. Oh,
Pet
part 2.
Seminary.
Part 2.
fucking dumbass.
Fuck. But anyway, so Charles Band is working on a series of 10 films called The Deadly 10.
Dude, I took a picture with him and I can't find it.
What?
Yeah, I don't think it's saved on my phone.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Well, he's also the one that took the picture, so he probably didn't even hit the button.
He's just like, fuck.
I just
you.
walked by and I was like, hey, can I take a picture? Hell yeah.
He was giving away Puppet Master figures. Got this cool little Puppet Master figure. And his name's Blade. Based on the hit film series character Blade.
Series Blade starring Wesley Snipes or Blade from Puppet Master?
Puppet Master.
You said Blade series.
From the hit series Puppet Master. So I found this DVD at Frightmare. It's called Napoleon's Curse. And I think I'm going to watch it and kind of let y'all know how it is next time. They were just giving these out at Frightmare. So I'm curious how this is going to turn out. I got my first issue of Gore Noir magazine, The Last Thing. I got a sticker that I thought was really interesting. It's for the Texas Chain Paw Massacre. And I was like, okay, I got to take this fucking sticker and I got to figure out what the fuck that is. So I looked it up. It is an animal rescue company that gets animals adopted that look like famous animals from horror movies and movies in general.
What the fuck?
So say there's a cat that looks like the cat from Pet Sematary. It's in a shelter and it's going to get put down or it needs to be rescued. They put it on their page and then get it adopted from horror fans.
They're like, that dog's gonna die, but he doesn't look like anybody, so fuck him.
That's kind of my thoughts on it. I was like, what the fuck?
So you only can
But
get
at least they're doing their part. Like,
only Cujo looking dogs that are never in pounds.
Yeah.
Let all these pit bulls die. Who cares? Fuck them. They're not.
I mean, that's
movies.
not funny, but
Fucked up.
But yeah, no. So I got.
Getting autographs.
Yeah, I did. I was broke as fuck, so I could only get an autograph from Elvira.
Really? I tried on Sunday. I was like, fuck it, I gotta get Elvira's fucking autograph before I leave. And I go and I'm standing in line and the guy's like, I was like, how long is the wait? He's like, I've been here for 2 hours. I am leaving.
Yeah, the wait was very, very long.
Yeah.
I was talking to my friend and he was like, there was a dude. He saw him like go to get Tim Curry's like the photo shoot or whatever, and then he came back 5 hours later with the photo.
I couldn't afford you, Tim Curry. I'm sorry. I couldn't afford you.
I actually got a autograph from Jeffrey Combs to the both of us.
Nice.
On the Reanimator poster, so that was kind of
Who's
cool.
the both of us, you and I, or?
Her and I, my lady friend.
Interesting.
Okay. All right.
But yeah, shout out to Forgotten Boneyard, Amanda, Jesse, Stephanie. Hooked us up with a lot of cool shit.
Shout out to whoever had that replica, or I guess maybe that was the real Battle Delta from Ash vs. Evil Dead. But that thing was fucking sick. I hope we have more shit like that at Frightmare in the future to just take pictures with and fucking shit like that. That was really neat. Like, Frightmare was dope. It was a pleasure, and seeing all of y'all that are actually like horror fans, that was really fucking neat. I filmed some of the panels and stuff from Halloween, and we'll have a couple more coming up. But I had a blast. I loved meeting all of you that I did meet. And if you didn't meet us, then that's pretty fucking cool. Thank you for listening. This is probably the first episode you're going to be listening to.
Yeah, we gave out a lot of buttons.
Yeah, we gave out a lot of buttons. We gave out a lot of cards. If you want some buttons and you want some cards, DM us on Instagram, send us an email, let us know, and we'll give you all kinds of bullshit.
Boo! Yeah.
Boom.
I'm ready for next year already.
Me too, dude. One thing I did want to bring up just while we're in the intro portion here. Did y'all see that movie on Shudder, Monster Party?
I did.
You did?
I did. I saw it.
I saw it. It's
You did too?
Well, yeah, because like Dracula.
Wow, how fucking rare!
Dracula gets all like the monsters, and then like these fucking kids gotta like get together and like fucking fight it. And there's like fucking Rudu's like the greaser, and then it's fucking
Yeah, fucking Wolfman's got nards. And shit.
Yeah. I fucking love that movie, Monster Party.
So I'm, of course, talking about Monster Party, the Shudder.
The cartoon where the little kid goes to the haunted house.
Yeah, that's fucking cool, too. P. Diddy's in it.
So Monster Party is a movie that just came out on Shudder.
I've never seen that. I don't got the
it's
show.
funny. Me and my girlfriend, I don't know about what y'all do with your significant others, but me and my girlfriend...
Whoa, is this going to get sexual?
None of your concerns, sir.
So what
Fuck you, buddy, pervert.
So what we like to do to get in the mood is we just like to,
Wow.
watch trailers for movies.
I don't need to know. Don't involve me. I'm not going to be in your three-ways or whatever.
No, so
I've told you no too many times.
We watched the trailer for Monster Party a while back, and she was like, "Oh, this looks interesting," and I was like, "Yeah, it looks pretty good." And then I was surprised to see it on Shudder like a month fucking later. So I was just like, "Oh, let's give it a shot." The kind of the plot to Monster Party is there are three teens and they essentially steal shit.
Yeah, they
That's
break
their whole
and
deal.
enter, and fucking they're stealing money. And one of the guys, his dad owes money to the mob, so they need a big hit. It's two guys and a girl, and the girl works for a catering company.
Yeah.
And the catering company's been hired to serve this fucking swanky party. And so they're like, we're gonna rob this motherfucker.
And that's what they try to do. But it turns out that the dinner party that they're volunteering for is a dinner for recovering serial killers or murderers.
Like if AA existed for serial killers, and then they were just having a party to celebrate they haven't killed in a while.
Yeah, this is my X year of not killing people, and I watched it, and I was so fucking disappointed.
Really? I feel like this movie was made specifically for me. I felt like Shudder was like, you know who would really enjoy this shit? Eric. Let's fucking put it out. Eric. And I loved it.
Did you really like it?
I did.
All right.
It was a good way to pass an hour and a half. It was fucking funny when it was supposed to be. The killings were badass. I like the whole premise.
The killings were great. I'll give you that, except for the sausage scene. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Shut up.
But this fucking movie never took itself too seriously. It knew it was a goofy concept, and it just ran with it, and I enjoyed that. I fucking enjoyed it for what it was.
It wasn't entertaining enough for me. They had me at first, and then they just, it got really boring. There could have been more exciting things that were going on.
There could have.
But
there could have been worse.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. If you like goofy movies with a substantial amount of gore but not a lot of plot.
That's all the plot you needed. Caged animals waiting to be let loose.
That they have.
Yeah.
So that's
all that's needed. Caged animals waiting to be let out.
So I looked it up, and somebody had recommended to me a movie that's on Netflix called Murder Party, which is
with the kids in New York, and they take drugs and they dress up in like costumes and
they like murder people.
And no, there's the one guy that murders the guy, and it's
No, that's Adventures in Babysitting.
with the Macaulay Culkin, and he's them club kids.
You're talking about Party Monster, which is also a fantastic movie. So the plot of Murder Party is there is a guy who comes across this invitation to a murder party.
Weird.
All right?
For Halloween.
For Halloween. It's on
What?
Halloween.
He's a fucking loser, has no plans,
Oh, yeah,
and
dude's
no invitations or nothing.
Yeah, he's got nothing. He's just got his cat who doesn't respect him. It's fucked up.
Right, even his cat doesn't like him. Fuck.
So in this movie, he's like, you know what? Today's the day. I'm going to go out and be social with people. So he goes to this party in a warehouse, and it's just probably like 7 people, and they're all dressed up for Halloween, and they just look at him like, why the fuck are you here? And so they knock him out, and then they explain to him, this is a murder party. They're going to murder him.
Don't they like randomly put that out there so whoever picks it up and decides to come is getting murdered?
Yeah, but they didn't think anybody would come.
Yeah.
I won't go too much into the plot because it's a kind of a fun ride, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, they keep peeling back layers. I would say it's like Reservoir Dogs a bit in the way that it's presented.
Like there's a guy in a chair
Yeah.
In a warehouse,
in a warehouse, yeah.
and then like
Accurate.
it gets kind of bloody.
If you're a fan of like...
If you like Reservoir Dogs or like The Hateful
Reservoir
Eight
Dogs.
or Pulp Fiction,
If
or
you like
any
goofy
kind of
fucking movies where basically like it's completely situational and then everything just explodes, then you'll like this movie. This shit's very low budget, but they do really well with what they have.
Yeah.
I will say that.
Is this that movie, Book of Monsters, where they read from the Book of Monsters, and monster books come at them? Is that the same movie?
Monster books?
Book of Monsters.
So
Kill-
anyway,
Kill
Is this-
him.
Is this the little squishy colored rubber toys
Can we
called
just
Monsters in My
unplug his
Pockets?
fucking mic?
yeah, we're gonna cut your
Fucking
mic.
stop
And
putting
also your
quarters
brake
in
line.
his jukebox already.
Well,
Is this that movie Monsters?
God damn it! So, anyway, Murder Party. It's on Netflix. I would say give it a shot. Do we have anything else?
I want to talk about Monster Mash. It's
Graveyard Smash.
Dance.
I think it's from the point of view of like maybe like the mad scientist. I'm not really sure, but like all these monsters come over. There's like the Wolfman, Dracula, and his son, like etc. And they're just like dancing and like having like I think a Halloween party. It's pretty good. It's like a song.
I want to go home now.
So I watched a bunch of fucking horror movies in the last month, like a bunch, and most of them sucked, as you do, as they do,
As I do.
as Eric does. I'm gonna go over a few movies that I enjoyed. The main one that I'm gonna talk about is The Ranger. I'm almost certain most of y'all have heard of The Ranger.
The Yogi Bear story.
The Yogi Bear story. So The Ranger is kind of a new indie horror film that is streaming on Shudder. It's been getting a little bit of buzz as well. Basically, there are a group of punk kids. They essentially get into a situation where they have to kill a cop. Basically, they make a run for this cabin. The main girl's uncle's cabin. Now, her uncle had passed away years and years ago, which
Gets revealed in the
which is
movie.
revealed at the very beginning of the movie. They go to a national park, which is where the cabin is. And the girl meets a ranger, a park ranger, who has something to do with her past.
Park
Fucking-
Ranger is like really overzealous, and this kid drops the wrapper, and he's like, "Sir, that's violation of code 23372, chapter 6."
Yeah, I wouldn't say overzealous is the right word for it. He's like RoboCop.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, man. So I looked at this movie and I was like, I'm not gonna like it. It's not for me. I thought it was maybe like a thriller or like Wolf Creek or something like that, like with a park ranger.
You didn't like Wolf Creek?
I can't say I cared for Wolf Creek that much.
shit. You're
Like there were some pretty brutal parts, but I couldn't care for it.
I'll show you brutal.
I am interested in watching the Wolf Creek series though on Shudder, but that's a whole different thing. So, like Elliot, what are your thoughts on just like looking at it? You've seen it.
From watching just the trailer, I was intrigued, but it also looked like it was probably like campy as fuck, and it probably looked like it was.
I didn't get campy from the trailer.
It was campy though. It was.
It was
hella campy.
I got campy just from the lighting choices, and it also looked like the punks are probably going to be some like stupid stereotypical like 80s punks.
Yes and no. Like some things I was like, oh, okay, that's relatable. And then some things I was just like, oh, a punk didn't write this. A punk did not write this movie. So that kind of, it comes and goes because some of it's like accurate, like they bust out some cocaine and you're just like, that's this generation. This generation right here, all the punks got money to buy coke now. But yeah, so this movie, I wasn't really expecting much going into it. I just didn't think it was for me. I ended up actually really liking it.
I enjoyed this movie.
Like, I really don't like campy horror movies. That's my thing. This movie is abso-fucking-lutely campy as shit. It's made like a movie that is campy from the 80s.
I'll have to agree with you on that.
Yeah, like,
I don't want to, but I have to.
Right. Contracts. So basically,
clauses.
If you like campy movies, then you'll definitely like this movie. If you don't like campy movies, then it's going to be a toss-up. But I will say I did enjoy it because the campiness was a nice contrast to how the film begins. I would say definitely give it a shot. There's enough gore and inventive kills to keep you interested. Definitely enough blood. And it's fun. I will say it is a fun movie.
It's a pretty good movie. I could just... My only take from it was that I didn't like many of the characters.
That's why it's 80s to me. Like, you don't really give a shit about any of the fucking people. They're just bodies that get killed.
Yeah.
That's kind of like what The Ranger does. They set it up to where you get to know these people, but you don't really like them.
It's like a Friday the 13th where you're just like, okay, here's the cast. Let's watch them get picked off.
I would compare it setup-wise to Friday the 13th, but, the killer's much different. I would say the killer's more like Silent Night, Deadly Night. That's the only thing I can think of at this point with the vibe.
I'm starting to like you more.
Okay, so the next movie I want to talk about, I really enjoyed, but it's definitely a polarizing movie.
Cobra. You're finally going to talk about Cobra with Sylvester Stallone.
Yes!
Fuck yeah, I love that movie. It's a slasher. It's a fucking slasher like Terminator.
I'm actually not going to talk about that.
Terminator
I'm going to talk about
slasher.
This movie called Welcome to Mercy, and it is an IFC film. See,
what? What does that mean? What does it mean when he makes that noise? What does it mean? Does it mean he likes it a lot?
Mm-hmm.
That means it's the best.
It's the best movie?
Mm-hmm.
What is it about?
So this is an IFC film.
IFC Midnight.
Is it Midnight?
I don't fucking know. Does it really matter?
I think it really doesn't matter. I don't know. But
it only matters to Elliot. Why? The producer.
Actually, but like...
Facts boy over here.
Facts boy. With an X.
Only person I know that actually donates to Wikipedia.
I don't donate to Wikipedia. I am Wikipedia.
If we don't take care of it, it's going to go away.
Yes. Donate to Murderpedia, though, for real, though.
Is that a thing?
Yep. It's important.
What's that about?
It's about all the murders ever. It's a Wikipedia of murders.
Damn.
Murderpedia.
So, Welcome to Mercy. The plot is basically a mother whose name is Madeline and a daughter whose name is Willow travel to Latvia. They're visiting Madeline's estranged parents because her father is very ill and is likely going to die.
More than likely.
So there, she presents signs of stigmata.
I've got astigmatism.
Eric, you went to seminary school.
That's an ugly rumor. That's an ugly, ugly rumor.
Stigmata, if you don't know, is a kind of condition that happens in religious people or generally religious figures.
Extremely religious.
Extremely religious people, where these people exhibit flesh wounds of Jesus Christ.
The wounds of Christ.
Right.
Crucifixion of Christ.
The crucifixion wounds. So, holes through their hands, holes through their feet, they get all that.
Crown of thorns.
Stuff like that.
Spear in the side.
So she presents signs of stigmata, which, along with a series of other events that I don't want to spoil, force her to stay at a convent, leaving her daughter Willow with her parents.
Terrible choice.
Terrible choice. So this is pretty gory when the gore comes. It really does a very good job of showing someone who might have a mental disability or some kind of mental issue, how they would perceive this situation happening to them. Thinking like, am I crazy? Like, am I possessed? Is everyone out to get me?
Been there.
It really makes you feel those emotions. The only way that that's done is through all of the actors. And I think that's a really strong point of the movie. And when the reveal happens, it's strange because most horror movies, when they end, it is either very bleak or they tie it up in a nice bow, but it's not a happy ending because the event happened. It's never going to be better than it was before.
Right.
You know, in a horror movie. This movie, the whole ending sequence is like a sign of hope or like a revelation. It's kind of like the cleansing rain. It kind of leaves you like on a hopeful note, which I don't feel like a lot of people are going to like.
I hate that.
Hell yeah, brother.
It's the filmmaker's choice.
Fuck
How
yeah.
he wants to leave his audience.
I did enjoy this movie, and if you're looking for something different, a really good psychological horror, like mixed in with a really interesting perspective on the supernatural side, it does tie up things pretty nicely. I would definitely say give this movie a shot. Welcome to Mercy. Try not to watch the trailer. Just go in as cold as you can. You can find it on VOD. It was on Hulu for a little bit. Apparently they took it off.
No, it's still on Hulu.
You found it there?
Yeah.
All right, so go watch it on Hulu. I think I did rent this one.
Why does everything revolve around money? I don't have any.
I know. I really don't like to rent that shit.
I'm in so much debt. Like, seriously, I'm in so much debt. If you guys want to donate, that would be great.
Donate to Eric's debt problem.
Eric's debt fund.
I live way above my means.
I live way above my means.
Just contact us through Instagram and we'll set up a PayPal situation.
That's another one I like. One I don't like. Here's one I don't like.
Tell us what you don't like.
Here's what I don't like. I like to scour, lists of horror, maybe not critics, but reviewers and things of that nature to find inspiration or give me ideas on what movies to watch. So on a lot of lists, I keep seeing this movie from 2018 called Our House. And I kind of caved because it just didn't look very much like a movie I would enjoy, but I feel like I needed to give it a shot because I keep seeing it around. Our House is supposed to be a sci-fi supernatural movie, kind of. Basically, there's this kid, and he's a young genius, and
a lot like myself.
He doesn't really visit his family too often because he's been working on this machine constantly with a few other people. This machine that is supposed to be wireless electricity,
like Tesla,
like Wi-Fi energy.
Not the car company, but
I know who Tesla car company is. I'm not stupid. He's the man that invented that
Flamethrowers.
Flamethrowers. He invented Thomas Edison. So yeah, I know.
Those little
he gave
power
birth to
mats.
Thomas Edison.
Those little power mats to charge your phone. Remember
Exactly.
those? I think he invented those.
Those things that don't even fucking exist anymore.
I saw the movie Prestige. I know who David Bowie is.
Basically, the kid comes back into town, visits his parents, and he's still working on the fucking machine, even though he's supposed to be having family time. What a dick! What a fucking dick!
Is this the episode of Dexter's Laboratory? A full-length Dexter's Laboratory?
It pretty much.
Sick.
But so yeah, he makes this machine. He turns it on.
Turns it on.
He makes the machine. He turns it on for the first time. He makes it and he turns it on. And when he turns
He
it
has
on,
the audacity to turn it on.
when he turns it on, it doesn't work right or some shit like that, and his parents fucking die. And so now he has to move back home, take care of his other younger siblings.
All of a sudden, responsibilities.
Yeah, so responsibility. Decides to keep working on the machine, finds out the machine brings back or makes contact with the dead. That's the most interesting part of the movie.
The part that I found interesting, that I thought was kind of cool, was that machine had like a radius that it would create the conjuring or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Because they had a neighbor whose wife had died, and I guess he was in the frequency.
Yeah. Splash zone.
The splash zone. And all of a sudden, the supernatural shit starts happening to his neighbor, and he starts seeing his deceased wife. I thought that was cool.
I didn't really care.
I liked it.
Well, that's cool.
Because if you don't know, now you know. I'm very big into conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
And this kind of tied into that. Everything has a frequency, and you can actually speak to the dead.
Like that movie Frequency. That movie White Noise.
Yeah. I saw the Frequency TV show. I enjoyed that.
Nah.
Besides that, I would honestly say you're probably not going to like this movie.
Stop making PG-13 horror movies.
Yeah, I would say so. But, so Our House. Don't be fooled. Do not watch.
Nah, watch it. Why not?
Yeah,
you can watch
You've
it.
got
Watch
time
with the
to
kids.
watch.
But I didn't like it. Eric didn't like it. I know for a fucking fact Elliot wouldn't have liked it.
Maybe it's not a horror movie. You ever think of that?
It is.
Is it?
It's
It
labeled
is.
as one.
Is it? Or is
Yeah.
it just...
Yep.
It's like
On
sci-fi
IMDb,
Or is it
it's
paranormal
labeled.
sci-fi?
It's fucking labeled.
Stop making sci-fi horror movies.
No,
Boom.
fuck you.
Fuck you.
Event Horizon was badass.
Hell yeah, brother.
Okay, name one other. All right, moving on. Eric, you're next.
Alien.
No. What do you have for us, Eric?
All right.
It's my turn.
my turn. Now let's talk about movies that you've never seen and are probably never gonna see.
Okay.
First up, since we were talking about Frightmare, there was a Spanish movie that premiered. No, I wouldn't say premiered, but it was screened at Texas Frightmare Weekend. It's a Spanish movie called Framed.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
What's framed in Spanish?
Framed.
Damn.
So,
He's legit. That sounded French. I'm sorry.
So, this movie's actually been out since 2017, 2016, but never got a big release. I believe it's finally getting released this year, like a full DVD Blu-ray release, and it's pretty good. I had the privilege of helping screen some of the movies for Texas Frightmare.
Damn,
Kind of
big
be a
dog over
judge
here.
on that. It was one of the movies that I thought was the best that we got to screen. It's not that much of a privilege. There was like 200 of us.
Damn, so you're like the 1%?
Yeah, kind of.
Damn.
So it's a Spanish movie. It's kind of like, it had the feeling of being like a dark web movie, but like good. It had like a Purge feel to it. So the movie starts off with this group of kids who are having a going away party. And they all have this app where it's like Vine, kind of like TikTok, where basically people do a bunch of dumb shit to get likes. So they're having this party, and these fucking psychopaths who are on this app, who kill people for likes, basically, have now targeted this party.
Oh, shit.
So they're going into this party to kill people, and they're broadcasting it live on the app. Millions of people are tuning in to watch them get murdered.
Yeah.
Kind of has that feel like Untraceable. You remember that movie? Like that?
I've never been old.
Okay.
So.
My bad. So, anyways, the main killers, they're like the main killer's Jared Leto as the Joker, pretty much. And
Oh, no.
and there's pretty gruesome kills in there. It starts to have that vibe like the first Purge, where they're like trapped in the house and it's like a cat and mouse game in the house.
Oh, yeah.
So it's really fucking good. As soon as it comes out, I'm gonna buy it and I'll let you guys borrow it. I definitely recommend this movie. It was really fucking good. I really thought it should have had a major release. I wish it would have been in theaters.
Oh, really? It's that good?
It's that good.
But it sounds like a really indie film, like, right?
It does, but the production is really good.
Really?
Like, I don't know what kind of budget it had, but whatever budget they had, they squeezed every fucking dime out of it and made it a really high production movie.
So when does that movie come out? Framed.
I remember on one of the Facebook groups I'm on, somebody announced it coming out later this year on a Blu-ray release.
Oh, okay.
So it should be any time now. I didn't have time to look into that because I had to work one of my many jobs to try to pay off my debt this week.
Nice.
But you're going to buy the Blu-ray when it comes out? You think
Yeah,
that's
like I
fiscally
said, I was
responsible?
above my means. So, any rate, if you like The Purged and you saw Unfriended and wished it was better, here you go.
You mean Dark Web, right? Unfriended Dark Web?
Yes. Yes, that one. Really good movie. It is in Spanish. It's from España.
That's probably why I didn't get a release.
That's more than likely why it didn't get a major release. But it's definitely worth reading the subtitles. You don't even have to read the subtitles because you can get exactly what's going on through the whole movie.
Nice.
And there's this really cool part where one of the main guys, he basically gets lobotomized. So now you have this fucking lobotomized idiot walking around, and the friends are trying to save him and keep him from getting killed.
Well, cool.
Yeah.
So what else you got?
Other than that, I did rewatch this French movie from 2002 called Malefique.
That's the one with Angelina Jolie. I've seen that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Angie Joels.
That's actually a remake of the one I watched.
Nice.
So this one's really interesting because it's got a lot of supernatural fantasy stuff. It reminded me of a Clive Barker idea.
I love me some Clive Barker.
Do you want to take this opportunity to apologize?
No, I still hate Clive Barker.
Stand by what you said.
I stand by. I gotta stand by. I stick to my guns.
The main character, I don't know, he's like a banker or some bullshit. And he's a family man who gets sent to jail for fraud. So he's in this French prison, and in this big cell, he has to share with a trans person, this crazy oaf who's mentally a child, but is in prison for eating his infant sister. And then an old man who was used to be a librarian who murdered his wife. So while they're in the cell, they find this like journal or diary of an inmate who was there in the 20s. They open it up, they start looking through it. It's got all these crazy like satanic symbols and incantations and rituals and stuff like that. And one day, one of the guys decides to read it out loud, like one of the incantations. I don't want to give away too much. But there's a lot of there's like claymation stuff that happens, and a lot of fantasy stuff, CGI shit. It gets really interesting, and it's a really fun movie to watch. And if you're into, European horror movies, I think you'll like this one. It's got some good kills. It's kind of a mind fuck, and the end has like an I gotcha kind of fucking ending. A little bit comedical, but kind of fucked up. Yeah. It's almost like if Clive Barker made an episode of Tales from the Crypt. So I recommend that. It's called Malefique from 2002. Watch it. It was on Shudder for a long time. Now it's not. I just happen to own it because I live above my means.
Shit.
Should sell some of those DVDs, pay off that debt.
Hey, you fucking shut your mouth.
Hey, didn't you watch that the Dark or what?
Yes, I did.
The Dark.
Yes, I did. And Elliot watched it as well. We watched it together.
We held hands and watched this movie.
Yeah.
Fuck for friendship.
Fuck yeah. So anyways, we watched this movie together in separate houses. And do you like feel-good horror movies?
Oh, golly damn, I do.
Because this is a feel-good horror movie.
I'm about it.
Which is an accomplishment and also the downfall of this movie.
Yep.
Womp, womp, womp.
So the main character is a young undead. I guess you want to say she's a zombie girl, but I just prefer to use the term undead for her. Who she's murdered in this house in the woods, and she's been there for years. And she kind of feeds off of hikers and stuff who just happen to end up in her direction. Well, there's this kid who's been kidnapped and tortured. With the guy who kidnapped him, they're kind of like hiding out in the woods or making a run for it.
Yeah, they're on the run.
Of course, she kills the kidnapper and finds the kid who's been blinded, like his eyes are burned shut. And she's gonna kill him, but for some reason she feels a connection with him and decides not to kill him and kind of save him and is trying to get him back to his family.
You just said like all the hijinks in the movie.
There's some pretty cool kills in this movie. The whole movie is more about her kind of having lost her humanity, having become undead, and this kid sort of slowly bringing her back to being a human being and watching the transformation happen.
Yeah, she's like, I guess, feels for the kid, and her empathy is kind of like changing her and become like a team. And it's okay.
It's all right.
It was okay.
I don't like horror movies that make me feel good.
Yeah. Fuck that. Like, if you have a horror movie and like somebody like walks away at the end and you're just like, okay, I'm glad they lived, or like whatever, like, the killer's dead or something like that. Like, that's different. This one's just kind of like, my mom would be like, this is a horror movie to watch with your mom. It's not. It's new, kind of like a new idea.
Her backstory is fucked up, though.
Yeah.
When they start revealing her backstory, you start to feel really bad for her. That's when you start sympathizing with her, and you want her to win.
Because there's this whole like story, like the woods that she's in. There's like a whole like urban legend about how like there's a monster there, and like
the urban legend
people
is
die
about
there,
her.
and you don't go there, and it's all about her. And I wanted more of that, but instead it's just kind of like Twilight shit. Yeah. It wasn't bad though.
It was not bad. I can think of worse ways to waste an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Like Welcome to Mercy.
Shut up.
There were some good scenes and some cool kills.
A hole in the ground.
Actually, I watched
Elliot
the
saw
Hole in the Ground. I watched
and
the Hole in
he
the
liked it.
I liked it. Yeah.
Oh, you piece of shit.
I like the folklore. If you sprinkle folklore on a about it.
So you like True Blood, didn't you?
I didn't watch True Blood.
Fucking
I don't
liar.
like vampires and
There's fairies.
fairies.
Elliot's really
well. That's
backing
what
everything up.
Hole in the Ground was.
Yeah.
Is fairies.
Fairies.
Yeah, like the traditional fairies with the wings
Not
and stuff like that.
Tinkerbell.
Yeah, not Tinkerbell, but like
Fairies.
traditional
Are you talking
fairies.
about like that fucking Guillermo del Toro movie, right?
Cabinet.
Be Afraid of the Dark or something?
Yeah, don't be afraid of the dark.
No, but-
That's what it was.
Yeah, like fairies, like people think they got like swapped out with a fairy who's taking their place, and then like they'd like torture them and kill them and stuff, try to like get their.
Is that what
Shut.
they were? Is that what they were supposed to be?
I don't know if that's what they're supposed to be, but that was the traditional, and the fact that it takes place in Ireland makes me think like because that's a traditional thing in Ireland, fairies and snatching people like that.
I'm glad.
Hole in the Ground is good. I like that shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I like that.
I liked it.
Have you ever watched They Look Like People?
Yes, I love that movie.
Fuck, that movie's good.
That's a good movie.
hit so close to home with me.
I tried to watch it and couldn't get through because it's
Oh,
so
it's good.
bad. Eric hates me.
It's because you shit on everything I like, so I
Yeah.
hate you.
That's because you like shit.
Damn.
Fuck.
Damn
I'd
fuck.
be mad if that
That's a
was
damn
inaccurate.
fuck, dude.
What was that fucking movie that you made me borrow with the head in the bag?
Oh, Found? That movie was tight.
Fuck
I
that.
did like Found.
Found is stupid. Movie is so bad. I still think it was made by a church. You probably got that at seminary school. Dude, that was made by a Baptist church if I've ever seen a movie made by a Baptist church. Dude.
Horror movies are bad.
Horror movies make you fucking kill and fucking be a sexual degent.
Let's just pretend we're not all sexual degens.
Like, I have sex missionary
You're
position
masturbating
only.
right now.
I'm not masturbating right now. I'm getting the evil out of my body through my penis head. All this white stuff coming out, it's pure evil venom.
But watch They Look Like People. You need to watch it.
Yeah, definitely
'Cause
watch that.
It fucking grabs your hand, opens the door for you, and pulls you right in.
I don't want it to grab my hand. I want it to grab me by the throat and push me
Oh.
through the door.
So what else you got? Is that it?
That's it. I think that's enough talking for me. I want to hear some Elliot in my life.
Well. The
Well, this is
moment
the week that
we've
Elliot
all
didn't
been
do
waiting
anything.
for. Let's talk a little bit about what Elliot wants to talk about because everybody is waiting. What you got?
Nothing.
Sounds about right.
Moving on.
Moving on. Next topic.
All right, so I didn't really know what to do. But as I was hanging out with my brother.
You got siblings?
I have an older brother who got me into horror movies.
Just like Found.
Oh, it's just like Found, but without the racist, sexist, Jesus stuff.
Jesus was involved.
Jesus was involved. He was going through Amazon and there had a Hello Mary Lou, Prom Night 2. And he's like, you ever seen this movie? He's like, fuck yeah, I've seen the movie. I love that movie.
Are you going to talk about fucking Hello Mary Lou again?
Yep, talking about Prom Night 2, Hello Mary Lou. And then so he put it on and he started watching it and he was just like so upset because the movie's awful. But it was one of those movies that I saw at like my grandparents' lake house when I was a child. And so like it inbred into my head and it's the worst movie. But I decided that I should go ahead and talk about it because the day he watched it was May 11th, which was the day it was released in 1987. I just thought that was like a coinky dink. So I was like, I'm going to fucking talk about it because it's the 32nd anniversary this month.
Just 32-year anniversaries are a big deal.
Yeah, everybody does that shit. Everybody's no. Well, you do like 30 and you do like fucking 35 and 40. Do 32. Make it cool because you know what? Because this year makes 32. I'm not going to be talking about it next year because I may have something else to talk about.
You know, the first time I watched Hello Mary Lou was a few months back.
I saw it in theaters.
I bet you fucking did.
Old ass bitch ass
Old ass bitch ass bitch.
Didn't you watch it because it was on the? We're talking about Halloween.
I don't know if I watched it for Halloween. I think I watched it after because you told me to watch it, and I was just like, I don't think I want to watch it. You know, it doesn't seem like up my alley. I watched it.
I'd like to be up your alley.
And I'm not gonna lie, I really fucking liked Hello Mary Lou.
Yeah.
Like out of some of the '80s movies, like it was campy and shit. But honestly, I don't think I've seen like a cooler scene. That girl drowning in the fucking chalkboard.
You love the chalkboard
sticks with.
scene.
I do. It looks like shit because it's the '80s, but I'm just like, okay, got me. Like I really liked Hello Mary Lou, and she was like fucking just saying vulgar shit to her mother. Like that's what I want a fucking demon or whatever to do.
So the plot to Hello Mary Lou Prom Night 2 has nothing at all to do with Prom Night, starring Jamie Lee Curtis.
What?
Which was like a slasher film.
So why do they call it that?
It was a disco-themed slasher film. If you haven't seen Prom Night, it's got its moments. Prom Night 2 came along because writer Ron Oliver wrote a screenplay called The Haunting of Hamilton High. That's why like it takes place on Hamilton High School, and it's in the movie, and it's Canadian.
Oh fuck!
Fuck yeah! I like Canadian films.
But they wrote it, filmed it, and the same production company picked it up. They just like, let's make this fucking Prom Night 2 and like go on with the trilogy. And so I think they only did 3 of them. It might have done 4. But this pretty much like set the tone for the rest of the movies because because none of them have anything to do with Prom Night. Prom Night 3 is still about Mary Lou Mahoney and the ghost. So it's basically, it starts out in 1957 and there's
good year.
It's prom night.
You remember that year? You remember what years were? You found that out?
1987.
It starts out in the 50s, and there's a girl, Mary Lou Mahoney, who's kind of like Miss Popular, but she's also like really mean.
That's
which is kind of like
my high school life.
It said that was, I think it was kind of the groundwork, because I remember as a kid thinking like she was kind of hot, and then she's also like dark hair and a bitch that will cheat on you, and I kind of like set that for like my girlfriend thing for the rest of my life until recently. Up until recently.
You gotta throw that in.
I love you, Ben.
Just throw that in. And sprinkle that except
up until what my therapist calls my first real relationship.
Now we get to keep,
also
now we get to keep
hair?
your other thing in.
She dies. But she's like really promiscuous, and her boyfriend finds out that she's cheating on him on prom night, and so she wins prom queen, and he throws, I think, a stink bomb or a smoke bomb on her, and it catches on fire, and she dies, and they all witness her die. Cut to...
So it's the burning.
Yeah. It's an amalgamation of a lot of 80s horror movies.
It's basically Freddy Krueger too.
It's the whole movie is Carrie and Nightmare on Elm Street. If you like any of those movies, you'll like this.
It's Carrie on Elm Street.
Carrie on Elm Street.
I genuinely think it's probably one of my favorite 80s movies that I've seen.
So that happens. It cuts
I really
to
do like it that much.
Nice.
It cuts to the 80s. So the jilted boyfriend who burned her alive accidentally, who is not in jail, is principal of the high school.
It's not in jail.
Played by Michael Ironside.
Manslaughter.
And it's the worst acting I've ever seen from Michael Ironside. If you just like watch his face throughout the movie, it's fucking hilarious. But he's the principal of high school. His son's girlfriend somehow finds, I guess, some of the prom paraphernalia from that night in a trunk, and then is possessed by the ghost of Mary Lou Mahoney and starts acting like it's the 50s and talking like Mary Lou with the see you later alligator and like wop bop bop bullshit. She starts like killing people, and she's just like killing people in the 80s ways where like every different way's got to be like inventive and new, and like,
it works.
Yeah, it's the only good thing is just the stupidness of the kills. And like
I like the main girls. Like they're really good.
The girls are good. The guys are horrible. I don't know who plays like the boyfriend Craig.
Can you do it? Happened.
His shit's fucking hilarious. Just watch.
I wish men could act.
It's so bad. It is. I love the movie, and I shouldn't because I don't like Nightmare on Elm Street, and this movie is very much that.
But it's different though.
It's different, but it's Carrie on Elm Street. It's very hokey and just a lot of bad. There's like somebody gets electrocuted to death from a early 80s computer.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Like You Will Speak.
it's at the evil, like, what is it? Like people get electrocuted in the 80s, it's always like blue cartoon lightning bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
It's a whole lot of that.
Yeah, and I forgot that like it's very sexual and like fucking sexist.
Yeah, it's the whole movie.
But it is like
it's a fun,
awesome female.
It's a fun
redemption.
romp.
It's super fun.
There's full frontal for no reason other than it's full frontal.
Yeah, it's the 80s.
Male or female?
It's a female locker room. It's just like Carrie. It's just like the beginning of Carrie. I don't know.
Like somebody has
like
their
what they
period
did.
and stuff.
It's a good movie. I heard I did some research on it. I think during Halloween that the director Bruce Pittman made the movie and it was slightly unwatchable and drag. Slightly unwatchable. So the writer Ron Oliver actually had to go get $100,000 to like reshoot a lot of it to make all the kills and all that work. And it shows in the movie. We got the I think the special effects guy from Nightmare on Elm Street to come in there and do all the effects in there and the reshoots and stuff like that. So it's very Elm Streety, which kind of makes me look like a huge asshole and hypocrite for like
You are
hating
Absolutely.
anything Freddy Krueger, because this movie might be like worse than
Show us
a lot of
more
the
Freddy
Freddy movies,
touched
but
you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like it. It's one of those movies that imprinted into my brain as a child, and it's a fun stupid 80s movie.
It's
like
fun.
you should fucking watch
It's
that.
better than Night of the fucking Demons.
Night of fucking
How dare you?
Night of the Demons.
How fucking dare you?
It's
Fuck
not
Night of the
The
Demons.
dance scene alone makes it better than any movie.
The dance scene is by far the only good part of that movie. If you need to watch Night of the Demons, just watch the dance scene.
No, there's good effects. That's an effects movie, Night of the Demons.
Yeah.
That's a good
All
effect.
right,
That's a
whatever.
Yeah.
classic 80s effects movie.
Well, they had like some metal kids in that movie, and like you could tell that somebody was into that shit like at that time because they had like that goth girl, and
the
they're-
80s.
she's dancing to Bauhaus.
Yeah.
Like,
He's got the fear sticker on the boombox and
yeah, the
shit.
fucking Fear sticker, and like I think they have a Black Flag sticker there somewhere too. But
DRI, something like. But that's like classic 80s. That's what you did.
Yeah, literally.
Fucking
I,
Night of the
I was
Demons,
there.
so
I can vouch for that.
They-
those metal kids were more believable than the Rangers.
Hello Mary
The
Lou,
Rangers punk kids.
they have like some legit punk kids. There's like some mohawks and bondage pants.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I
there's
forgot
like
about
a
that.
dude with like exploited skull on the back of his jacket.
Oh, there you
some
go,
fucking
yeah.
red plaid bondage pants. So there's every scene in the school has like a punk or like death rock goth.
Fuck yeah.
I like that. I always like that. It's the best part of the 80s. Was punk rock was so prevalent, and then it wasn't, and then now it is, and then now it's shit.
Punk rock's still a thing?
Punk rock is no, it's not. Punk rock is not still a thing.
I thought it was called emo now.
Get back to this shit.
Emo's not a thing. It's all just
It's all shoegaze now.
it's all metal. Like you like
It's
that?
all rap. All emo's rap now.
Emo turned rap. I think we had that discussion.
We did, yeah.
I wish, dude, if she was,
If she was real.
what's your
Oh,
name?
she was real.
Lisa Schrage or something like that, who played Mary Lou. If she was at a Texas Frightmare, I'd totally get her autograph. I'd be psyched to get that autograph.
Yeah.
She's amazing in that movie. It also had those movies. What are those movies you hate? Friday the 13th? And I don't know if Friday the 13th, but Mary Lou Prom Night 2 had the longest burn scene in film history, but I think Friday the 13th 7 might have dethroned it. I'm not sure.
Way
Damn.
to be facts guy.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm drunk right now.
Loser.
Hello Mary Lou Prom Night 2 came out in 1997. That's all I got. I liked it. I like it.
Cool.
Also watched other movies. I watched Black Summer, and I really liked it. And I know a lot of people burned out on fucking zombies because of Walking Dead and all the other shitty zombies.
Yeah.
But I really liked it. It was like Walking Dead mixed with 28 Days Later. It's like a season show on Netflix. I think there's like 10 episodes, but it never gets bogged down in like now we're stuck in this camp with the cannibals, or like now it's none of that. It's just like situations like zombies chase me. I'm stuck on top of a car. How do I get down here? And then I'll just cut to something else.
I just didn't like the back and forth.
I like that.
I didn't like
And
it.
to keep it fast paced, or it's just gonna turn into fucking Walking Dead.
Yeah, that's fine. Keep it fast paced, but this fucking going back in time all the fucking time is annoying.
Blame Tarantino for that.
I do. I literally do.
So I didn't want to watch it, but then I did somehow, and I liked it a lot. If you like zombies and you're not burnt out on the zombies, it's a 10 episode show.
He just rolled his eyes.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that you don't
I
think.
definitely don't give a shit about zombie shows.
But it's not. It's basically. It's not like any other zombie show out there. It could
They
be
say
a
that
movie.
about every zombie show.
It could be. It could be a movie. But
Motherfuckers just come back to life just for
Yeah.
no reason.
it's nothing. It's nothing new, but it's not.
Not new.
Yeah, it's not. But it's not like Walk of the Dead where it takes.
Walk of
forever.
the Dead.
Walk of the Dead where everything takes forever. That's why they call it Walking Dead, because it just snail's pace. I like something, so boom. to the listeners that say I hate everything, I like Black Summer.
That's one movie.
You know a movie I watched that I forgot was really good? It's
No.
like a guilty pleasure.
Yeah.
Do you know what movie it was that I watched?
No.
No,
Tell me.
okay, I'm going to tell you.
Oh, shit.
Fallen with Denzel Washington.
How's that a guilty pleasure? The movie's awesome.
I don't know, because it's like horror, but it's not horror. But it's Denzel Washington, so it's got to be good.
It's fucking awesome.
Yeah, that's true.
Fucking
Fucking
love that
Fallen's
movie.
Phenomenal
legit.
actor.
I was like just scrolling through, I think, Stars, and I was like, I haven't seen that movie in 48 years. I'm going to watch that shit. Oh, so good.
So good. So good.
The demon wins. The demon wins.
Well, why?
Way to spoil it
Spoilers.
for-
Spoiler alert.
It's been 70 years since that movie came out. I can spoil it now.
Exactly 70 to the day.
70 to the day.
And is John Goodman ever not good? I mean, come on.
No.
Why do you think he has that last name?
Oh,
Fuck.
fuck.
Yeah,
Full circle.
Damn.
I came here to talk about some Lloronas.
Well, let's get into it then.
Explain La Llorona to us,
Yeah.
Elliot.
So
Explain my culture to me, white boy.
say. Oh my god.
La Llorona. Okay, this is.
Yeah. Explain La Llorona for
I've had
people who
enough.
don't know.
I'm gonna fucking explain it. So the way they explain it in the movie, there's obviously many variations depending on where you're from. It's
Yeah.
spread through Latin America. So basically, the way they explained it in the movie is during colonial times of Mexico, there's a woman, very beautiful woman, bonita, if you will. She falls in love with a man who is of a different class. Basically, she's a peasant. He's a rich farmer, a rancher. And she falls in love with him. They have 2 boys together. Later on, when the boys are, 5, 6 years old, he stops giving her attention, stops loving her, and he begins to cheat on her and leaves her. In a jealous rage, because she knows that the only thing that he ever truly loved was his 2 kids, she drowns them. She immediately regrets doing that, comes to her senses, and begins looking for her children. Now that's where the folk story begins, as she is still looking for her children, and therefore takes other people's children and drowns them.
Cool. So now Elliot, a white man, is going to explain. Oh, well, actually, no. You know what? You're Latino.
My mother is. Or Latina.
So you just end it there, like, my mother's a 2, I'm not.
My mother. My mother's Latina.
Don't lump me with him. All right, Trump, settle down over there.
Where's my hat? Build the wall around that story. La Llorona in the Latin country is basically the Banshee over from Ireland and Scotland. It's just a different version of that. And for me, researching it, the far back that I could trace it was the Aztecs believed in ghosts of the mothers that died during childbirth, called like Cihuateo. In traditional Mexican folklore, they took that story.
It's believed to be a true story.
What's believed to be a true story is all attached to
Cortez.
a Native American mistress that was a mistress to Cortez, the
She was
explorer.
his translator.
Yeah, and it was supposed to be like the whole she fell out of love with him, and she like was gonna marry another, and so drowned their children's in like a jealous rage. And then drowned herself, and then going to the gates of heaven, she was denied access because she didn't have her children. And they say, well,
She was asked where her children
Yeah,
were,
where are your
and she had
children?
no
So-
idea where they were.
yeah, and so she was sent back to like spend eternity, kind of like half in this world and half in the afterlife, searching for her children, and it's proven not to happen. Well, obviously,
That part.
that part.
But the original part is with Cortez is kind of
It was
argued
that-
to be true.
That was actually proven not to be true. Her child lived to be older than her. So and now it's like the story of this weeping woman who's like wearing like the shrouds and searching for children. And it depends on the place, the time, what the political climate is, and all that stuff, and the changing of the story. Some stories are her involved with just like a rich nobleman, which is what was used for this movie. Some are involved with a priest. She's seen with the head of a donkey. It fucking changes throughout.
Kind of has a connection to Baba Yaga a little bit.
Yeah, like it's all the same. It's just like even like in Scotland they had the banshees, which came from the tradition of like the Gaelic keening, which is they'd hire women just to scream and cry and sing mournful songs at funerals, and then it became crying to predict a death. And then if you see a banshee, someone's gonna die, or you're gonna die, or somebody's gonna get sick, or a misfortune. And that's kind of how like La Llorona is. You see your, you're gonna die, your children are gonna die, someone's gonna get sick, you're gonna have bad luck. Something like that. And I was told the story as a kid in Central America, and it scared the living fuck out of me. But it's usually used as like a cautionary tale to tell kids like to stay close, not to wander, especially like bodies of water, that it could be dangerous if the child's unattended. And is also used as like a scare straight tactic for disobedient children. La Llorona will get you. If you don't go to bed, La Llorona's going to get you. If you don't do what I say, La Llorona's going to get you. And it scared the fuck out of me as a child, so I believed it. And yeah, that's it.
Eric, do you attest that Elliot's recounting?
I mean, for the most part, it's believed that story is actually brought over from German immigrants.
Oh, fuck.
But the most interesting part about it is that you don't have a definitive answer as to where that story came from.
Which makes it good folklore.
Makes it good folklore, but also the fact that it's connected to so many other folk stories throughout the world that are believed to have been created around the same time and didn't have contact with each other. Also, the connection to Lilith and Lilith taking children.
And Eve, yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Y'all remember the Kukui? You'll hear about the Kukui?
Just means monster.
What?
It just means monster in Spanish.
No. The Kukui. It's a thing.
Tell me more about my culture.
Eric, explain the plot.
Explain the plot and explain like what a La Llorona is. I like that. A La Llorona.
So the movie is centered around a woman who works for Child Protective Services. She is told that a woman who she has been working with, they need to do a health check because they haven't heard from her or her kids. She has 2 boys. So her and a police officer go to check it out, and she is just all kinds of fucked up. They force themselves in the house and find the kids in a closet that's been closed shut with all kinds of symbols on it. She's telling them, she's going to take them, don't let them out. So she busts the kids out because she works for CPS and thinks she's helping the kids, when in reality the mother was protecting them from La Llorona. And then hijinks ensue.
Hijinks ensue!
God damn it, no!
Trademark. You owe me $5 for saying.
So she gets the kids out. La Llorona obviously is now able to get to the kids. Kills the kids.
Fuck yeah, I love that shit.
And the mother gets a call, the lady from CPS. She has 2 kids of her own. She's a single mother. She gets a call in the middle of the night that the kids have been drowned. So she goes out there with her 2 kids because, she can't just leave her kids at home. So she takes the kids, notices what's going on. All of a sudden, one of the kids sees La Llorona, and now La Llorona is after them. And after that, the whole movie is the mother trying to protect her 2 kids from La Llorona.
Nice. So...
Sick, dope.
Sick, dope.
I was so pissed to find out this is part of the Conjuring universe while sitting there in the theater.
They had a little Annabelle flashback.
Yeah, and I was like,
here's the thing.
I checked out right then.
As a modern,
I'm out.
As a modern horror fan, we don't get scared, or we don't even find interesting jump scares.
I enjoy them, but that's also because I have severe anxiety.
What I rely on these jump scare movies is some kind of creepy tension aside from the jump scares. So you have to, build a fucking story for me to get scared with the jump scares. So like The Conjuring kind of
Are
did
we
that.
spoiling this movie? Are we doing spoilers?
I mean, fuck. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's
Fuck
the
it.
what's how
So-
do you, there's not a
There is one part that I really fucking like. That
It's
I
a
guess
month
is kind
after.
of a spoiler.
no, but
yeah,
you,
it's
you
came
look
out
at the
like 6
trailer,
years
you know
ago.
what the fuck's gonna happen. You know exactly
no
what's gonna
shit.
happen.
Well, when the fucking original lady from the first kid who was taken, her first kids that was taken, when she tells the mom, "When my kids died, I didn't pray to God. I prayed to La Llorona to take your fucking kids."
I think that's the best part.
That
of the
was
movie.
fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, some kids
I did
died.
not like the fucking witch doctor.
Tuco from Breaking Bad. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
You
him.
didn't like that fucking racist portrayal? You didn't like that fucking token?
I didn't like that
Mexican
he
they threw
was
in?
trying to be funny through the whole fucking thing. That was
Like
ridiculous.
dry funny. He was like,
Yeah. I've never been scared. I used you as a trap.
So who liked this movie in this room and who did not like this movie?
I liked it. I like most of it.
I did not like it, and if I'm fairly certain Hunter did not like it.
I like that they
did
told the backstory and it was fairly accurate.
It was 5 seconds.
That was the best part of the movie.
Why'd you enjoy the movie?
It kept my attention. At least gave you some kind of reference to go off of why she's doing what she's doing. I also like the fact that they brought in the tradition of the curandero or the witch doctor, which is very prevalent in
you just didn't like
Mexican
the witch
society. I just didn't like him. It's something that has been mixed in with Catholicism and mixed in with just the general beliefs of a lot of people in Mexico. That was one of the things that my wife thought was really funny when they're doing the whole egg thing. That's like a legit thing in my culture. You'll hear them saying that a lot, that somebody's put, bad luck on you, or they call it the ojo.
The Eye.
Yeah, the eye. The evil eye on you.
I want to see that movie. I want to
Yeah.
see the Yoho movie.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That would be.
So the way they made the movie was pretty decent. I thought it had its spooky moments. I mean, there was a lot of moments that were really too cheesy for the movie. If they could have left out some of the corny dialogue, comic relief stuff was the downfall of the movie for me.
If you had to rate it, what would you rate it?
I'd give it a 5.8 out of 10.
Okay.
I'd give it a 6.2 on the Richter scale.
Just to piss us off.
Yeah, better than Annabelle.
All right,
I agree with
This
that.
movie was a jump scare movie. 100% a jump scare movie.
Yep,
Yep.
like all fucking Conjuring movies.
Probably.
Better than The Nun.
Yeah. I thought the Nun was scarier, honestly. But it was also stupid.
I also find it scarier when there's something after children.
I don't.
Because I could care less about adults.
Care
Well,
less
just
about
like, I
children.
don't know.
Children are harmless.
I didn't really like the movie, and I usually don't mind these like James Wan movies. I usually think they're pretty all right. Like the latest Annabelle was not bad. I liked a couple parts. Like I liked the learning about the traditions of like the witch doctor dude. I liked the lore, like the folklore, but honestly, I feel like they took
A good idea and just didn't execute it for you.
No, I literally feel like they took an existing idea and then just slapped the Conjuring treatment on it and
Yeah.
then called it a day. It's very formulaic. This is the first film besides The Nun in that particular universe, the Conjureverse, if you will. This is the first film where I'm just like, okay, I get it. Like I can predict where this film's going. It's
Paint
like,
by numbers.
It's
horror.
by the numbers. Like I'm watching the same film over with a different skin on it. It didn't do anything for me at all. That's all I can really say.
So you mean
like I
like
got
a-
bored in the middle. Very
Just
bored.
like how there's a million slasher movies like that, but you still like slasher movies. All the movies you like are a fucking guy getting revenge with a knife.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. Like being a horror fan, that's like a common thing. But it
We're in a
didn't
closed
scratch any
circle.
itches for
There's
me.
like
And I'm
no
into-
expansion.
And I'm into supernatural shit. Like that's my shit. I fucking love supernatural horror movies. I love them. Still didn't do much for me in this one. So I couldn't really tell you very many things I liked about it besides them actually making a feature film of La Llorona, like an actual full budget film.
They do it.
No, they don't. So I mean that's really all I have to say about it. Elliot, what do you think?
But I like Eric, you're both right. It is horror, and it's all just gonna like regurgitate itself. And it's nice that there's people paying for horror because then they'll make more horror content. And then it's also the same what you say, where it's like this is like middle of the road, repeating the same Conjuring. This whole movie is just jump scares, which like Hunter's right. Like if you like horror movies, jump scares don't get you, or they piss you off. And so, as an adult horror movie,
I've been watching horror movies since before you two existed on this planet, and I still enjoy jump scares. So fuck
because of your
you.
puss, like I can jump at you now.
Stop.
But like I've been waiting for like a La Llorona movie that wasn't fucking all budget and shit, and then they conjure it. They
So
conjured it up.
Make your own then.
Show
us.
We're doing it on. I already did. Like I was fucking surprised that La Llorona in this fucking movie looked exactly like my La Llorona costume I wore 2 years ago on Halloween. Like it was fucking the same thing, and I made that out of an American Horror Story fucking mask.
White, like you made the lady in white.
Yeah, and crying black and all that shit. It was exact fucking same.
We definitely need to post some pictures of Elliot's family Halloween because they go fucking all out every year. We'll post that on the Instagram.
I like the fact that the kids died in this movie. I did not like the movie. I'm glad that if they did the whole thing where like no kids were killed.
There should have been more killing.
There should have been more killing. There should have been a lot
more killing.
If they had more shit going on,
if they would have at least shown like a fucking string of murders having occurred and built it up as like, hey, there's been more occurrences than just these two, that would have made it creepier for me.
I agree. Elliot.
Nope.
Is that all?
Guess so.
Just guess so?
Well, what are you gonna do about it?
Nothing.
You want to throw hands over this?
No. We could probably just end
I'm interested in finding out how this whole Conjuring universe plays out. I like the fact that there is, even against the likes of Elliot, having a universe kind of like the Marvel universe for horror fans.
Yo, La Llorona's not going to be part of it.
Why not?
Because they fucking kill her at the end.
No, they don't. They don't kill her.
Yeah. She turned into a vampire and then she died.
She's in the puddle.
Yeah.
At the very end, spoiler alert. She's in the puddle at the end.
But no one
She
cares.
continues. So there's the idea that she's everywhere.
She's omnipresent. She's God.
Omnipresent.
Hey, you don't say that.
You're better than God.
So,
The
didn't
new
really care
Annabelle
for
movie looks fucking good. Or is it a Conjuring movie?
No, it's an Annabelle. It's kind of like how they made Captain America like the Civil War.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
We have our own Marvel universe in horror. I like that a lot.
Yeah, I just really hope that they make it like...
I hope it lasts forever.
The whole Conjuring universe, I think, is like any supernatural movie that comes out now that's not related to it will either be bought and fit to relate into the Conjuring universe. And
You foresee that?
yeah, it's either going to be that, and then it's just going to like make that movie that much more cheap, or they're just going to like saturate everything and just take all the good ideas and all like the same camera angles and shots that you expect to see where like it's there, it's not there, and all the like the scares and all the creepy shit that might be remotely good, and then like blow it on the shitty Conjuring universe. So like any other paranormal movies that come out are gonna like, well, that's been done in Annabelle 8, the doll parts, like ruining it all. Because there's
I think it's keeping it alive because it's bringing a lot of people who don't watch horror movies into the theaters.
That's a
yeah,
whole...
you just got through bitching about that at
Yeah.
Texas Frightmare.
Yeah.
This is a good one.
Yeah, it's not good for me, but it's good for the horror genre. I mean, when I went with my wife to go see it, it was full of people who I know for a fact do not watch horror movies, but they were there to watch a horror movie because all they want is that cheap thrill. Horror movies are like roller coasters. People become addicted to them because they get that scare, that adrenaline rush, and they're keeping it alive for people.
Interesting.
There's always going to be independent movies for people like us to watch who are deep into the horror movie scene.
Yeah.
But we also need those mainstream movies to keep it pushing. Otherwise, these movie production companies are not going to want to pour money into horror movies.
I can see that. I still don't like it.
It's not for you. It's for the consumer.
I'm hoping that this ramps up to like, because if they do like the whole Conjuring universe and it's just going to be based around like the Warrens and shit like that, like is there eventually going to be like an Amityville Conjuring? Like they've just danced around that. The whole, like, I don't even know if they have the rights to do that, but that would be like it all coming to a head. I think it'd be a fucking Amityville horror.
I mean, I've always wanted to see something with Amityville just because of an interview I read where they talked to, I want to say Elizabeth Warren. What the fuck is her name?
The Becky Warren.
Whatever. Lady Warren.
Who just passed away, by the way.
Yeah. When they talked to her about The Conjuring and they asked her, was it true? Was that your scariest case? And she said no, it was the Amityville house because they could feel the force in there. And she believed that the entity that was in that house followed her husband for the rest of his life.
Do you think this is all leading up to an Amityville remake?
I
I don't know, but I'm down for it.
I would probably.
If they do it like
for
The
anything.
Conjuring.
I'm kind of Amityville. I like Amityville stuff, and I'm always disappointed with all
Me
the
too.
the sequels and the sequels and the sequels and the sequels.
Part 2 is good.
The remake was pretty
Never saw part
okay.
It's a prequel.
Oh yeah, with the Butch DeFeo.
Like the DeFeo family.
Yeah.
So like I'd probably tune in to see like a Conjuring Amityville because at least they'd have the budget maybe to pull off something decent. But if that's their end game, like the Conjuring universe, like end game,
If that's their end game.
where you fucking have like the Warrens and then like
Shit, it might be this next movie because it's like all the evil shit in their fucking house is getting let loose.
No,
Yeah.
the next one's gonna be Civil War.
get that fucking witch doctor dude, and it's the Warrens and La Llorona's
Fucking
gonna come
Tuco.
back.
They're gonna fucking bat signal his ass to come over
Yeah,
there. That'll be
the
dope.
fucking the
And
nun's
you'll
gonna
have like
be
a voodoo
there.
priest and
Annabelle's gonna be up the nun's ass. I think the Warrens and like one other kid were the only people that still claim that the Amityville actually even happened.
Yeah, pretty certain it didn't happen.
It last I heard,
it
it was
happened.
like there's a discussion with it making a book deal.
I did
what's
actually.
the next movie that we're gonna go watch? I don't want to see Ma.
I do. I do want to see Ma, but
See it on your own time.
that's probably what I have to do because Elliot's putting his little foot down. Elliot's straight up. He's like, I'm not paying money to see that
I'm
movie.
not
That
gonna
movie
watch it.
seems like a 15-minute short film that they made 17 hours long or however long movies are. It's just
I'm not reviewing that shit.
I feel like I got the whole movie in the fucking trailer.
I did
Yeah.
too. I did
and there's
too.
no need for me to see it.
Yeah.
There better be some crazy fucking spin on it in the end or something, some twist.
I kind of think I saw a little bit of voodoo in there. So
Brrrr, brrrr. Godsmack. He goes like Godsmack.
yeah. I mean, anything else, y'all? Anything else we want to?
No, I would like some more feedback from people because I want recommendations. I don't know what the fuck to watch half
Yeah.
the
Tell us
time.
what to talk about. You know,
If you saw a movie and you're like, that movie's fucking dope, you guys should watch this and tell us what you think.
we're gonna be.
I want to know.
Yeah.
Help me.
Help me. Help you.
No, just help me.
Just I need help.
And
But
don't forget about my GoFundMe because I'm poor.
So we're probably going to start doing a little bit more discussion type topics here soon. So yeah, let us know if there's anything that you want to see us discuss or something that you thought would be interesting for us to discuss. We're going to be branching out a little bit. We're definitely going to be doing these assigned movies coming soon. So I'm going to be doing George A. Romero because I hate zombies. Eric's going to be doing Friday the 13th because he hates it. And we're going to make Elliot watch all the Nightmare on Elm Streets.
Starting with the part 5.
Starting with part 5, working my way backward then forward.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the only way to do it.
Fill in the gaps as you go. We'll see.
And then I'm going to watch fucking the Nightmare on Elm Street movies just to be a dick about it. Can't wait to see Jason X. I can't wait to see
Yeah,
that.
I've never seen that one.
Fuck.
Jason in Space, classic.
Okay.
It's classic.
Tell a friend about us.
If you have friends, which I don't,
If you have any friends, make sure to tell them.
drink the Kool-Aid. Drink the Kool-Aid,
Drink the
bitches.
fucking Kool-Aid.
Drink-
So give us some feedback. Make sure to give us a follow on Instagram. That's the main site we're using right now for keeping in contacts. Instagram at Cult of Horror TX. Facebook, just search Cult of Horror. If you need to contact us, we are at cultofhorrorpodcast@gmail.com. And you can find us now on pretty much anything. The main ones being Stitcher, Google Podcasts, iTunes,
Spotify.
and Spotify, obviously.
Avi.
Totes Obvi.
We're on SoundCloud?
We can be.
I guess.
No.
I heard
Let us
that
know
was
if you want us on SoundCloud.
If you want rap songs, if you want us to do rap songs on SoundCloud,
I'll put
I'm
my
down.
rap songs of me rapping about how much I hate you on there.
emo, it's your emo rap.
I hate my Elliot. What rhymes with Elliot?
Not as much as I hate myself.
I hate myself.
With an acoustic
I hate
guitar.
my friend Elliot. I'm gonna auto-tune it. It'll work.
So
Elliot,
on
you
the
got anything
call,
else you
drink
want to
the
add
Kool-Aid.
on?
Have a great
No.
day.
You got funny shit to say?
Mm-mm.
Come on.
I'm in a bad mood.
Why are you in a bad mood?
I'm hungry.
He's
All right, we gotta
hungry.
go get this kid some food.
Oh, no, I don't get to eat because I go straight to practice. So
You can't eat while you drive.
No, I'm fucking.
You don't eat while you drive?
Fuck no. Fuck no. Fuck. When you think I'm some kind of trying to buy French fries and not enjoy my French fries? Fuck you. Fuck you.
I mean, I don't know. You guys do need a lot of practice.
Yeah. Gotta play them necromantics when I come by.
Are you playing with him?
No.
Damn, he said that real fast and real quick.
We don't play with people.
All right, well, thanks for listening, everybody. Tune in. Tune in next time. And
Don't turn that dial.
all that. All right.
I'm out of here.
Drink the Kool-Aid.
Bitches. Drink the Kool-Aid. Bitches.
Drink the Kool-Aid.
Bitches. Drink the Kool-Aid. Bitches.
Drink the Kool-Aid.
Bitches. Drink the Kool-Aid.